So I was just talking to my business partner yesterday because we take Tuesdays as visionary days. We don't have any calls, literally. We are working so part-time running this 7-figure company. And so we were talking about visionary things, and I wanted to start brainstorming on personal brand and Instagram. And he was like, very surprised that I was bringing this up because it doesn't fit in the system. We have systems humming on YouTube and LinkedIn and email and with client support and with upselling and fulfillment. And then I brought up Instagram because this is the classic entrepreneurial thing, because we are multi-passionate, incredibly passionate in general, creative. There's so many things we want to do, and we might even feel like we're inspired. But what I've learned at 7-figures is that it has to fit into a system, because I've learned in my 10 years, if I'm going to say, yeah, I'll post to Instagram every day, like that doesn't work long term. And if you've also said, yeah, I'm going to do blogging or a newsletter, like without a system behind it, just your own decision and willpower, it's never going to work sustainably. And I'm getting to a point in my personal life too, where I even have SOPs, standard operating procedures for what I need to pack when we go on vacation, and how often I get my blonde highlights, and how we take the garbage out. Like there's just SOPs everywhere, standard operating procedures everywhere in my life now, because it's so much easier. Structure affords freedom. And I was someone who wanted to run away from systems because they didn't work for me, or they burnt me out, or they were too masculine or too heavy to manage or build, or I was just intimidated by systems. I definitely would not have been expecting myself to sit here acting like I'm a systems girl. Me, Hannah, the CEO of Dream Life Consulting, where we help our clients who are coaches, consultants, and experts enroll 3 to 10 high-ticket clients every single month using our systems for lead generation, sales, and client acquisition, so that they can go do other things with their life, not just sit on the computer and worry about where their clients are coming from all of the time. I wish these videos existed 10 years ago, when, again, I was eating the bro marketing dharma and then going to the siesta girl rhetoric when I burnt out. Because the truth is, coaches do not have a productivity problem. It's not about creating more content or an omnipresence or growing your podcast. Like being productive, it's not about any of that stuff. Now, I'm not only working part-time, I'm also working with more clients than ever. I'm leading a team. I'm in a foreign country with my family, and I'm taking better care of my health than ever. And all of this is possible, sure, because of productivity. But the truth is, as coaches, productivity isn't really our issue, right? We are smart people. We literally teach others how to get the most out of life. We know how to set boundaries. We know how to run our calendars. It's not like we're civilians where productivity is just a hot mess and we need apps and biohacking and all of this craziness to help us just get more out of the day. Because for coaches, what it's really about is just having clients. Like, you wouldn't be worried about productivity if you were on purpose and you were in flow and you were working with people. It's a priority problem. So this is the video that I wish someone had told me when I was struggling to make $8K per month, spinning my wheels on Instagram, hosting masterclasses, speaking on stages, writing books, and updating my website all at once. Meanwhile, trying to figure out how I could keep all of these balls in the air. And we know that the old ways of running a coaching business are not sustainable. All of the online marketing gurus who either sell us, sell your soul to the internet, work hard, sacrifice everything, play the numbers game, hustle to get there, or the more spiritual dharma out here that's telling us to just align to our design and wait for the divine timing and receive downloads from the universe in order to know how to get our purpose into the world, how to actually help people. And I'm recording these videos because it is so much more simple than how other people are teaching it out here, right? We've got the bros telling you to hustle with complicated formulas and 5 a.m. morning routines. And then we've got the siesta girls out here telling you to just give it up to God, pray, meditate better, do some breath work, and wait for the clients to show up. but that help me, Hannah, the CEO of Dream Life Consulting, where we help our clients who are coaches, consultants, and experts enroll 3 to 10 high ticket clients every single month using our systems for lead generation, sales, and client acquisition so that they can go do other things with their life, not just sit on the computer and worry about where their clients are coming from all of the time. I wish these videos existed 10 years ago when, again, I was eating the bro marketing dharma and then going to the siesta girl rhetoric when I burnt out. Because the truth is, coaches do not have a productivity problem. It's not about creating more content or an omnipresence or growing your podcast. Like being productive, it's not about any of that stuff. It's a priority problem. And most coaches are busy all day doing these shiny object things under the guise of marketing or business development when it is really complete distraction and busy work, not the work that actually moves the needle forward. But we don't always know what that is. And again, this is not our fault because people tell us to post, to tweak our funnels, to pitch, to doodle in Canva, to manifest and journal about our dream clients. And then we just end up wondering why we do all of those things, but we're still not even at 10K per month. And when we try to look at what worked, or we try to listen to what everyone else is telling us, their formulas, their systems, we get confused because it either didn't work for us, or we look at some fluky thing like, okay, I hosted one masterclass or I hosted one retreat and that got me a few more clients. So we just think we have to keep doing more, creating more quizzes, creating more freebies, burning ourselves out, putting our genius in all of the wrong places when it can really be incredibly simple. So in this video, I'm going to break down the only 3 things that I do to consistently get high ticket clients and run my 7-figure coaching organization without ads, no paid ads, without launching and waiting forever for tech and websites to click, and then hopefully people show up. We're not spamming DMs to randoms and hoping some random Tom, Dick, or Harry from the internet comes at us with their credit card, like falling out of the sky, or pitching people who don't even have a problem or care that we're a coach. And we're definitely not doing this by being on 24/7, like being content creators or documenting our life or even working 5 days a week. Keep in mind, I have a walkthrough of this entire system linked below so you can see the intricacies and what this actually looks like in my day-to-day life. But today, I just want to talk you through what I do, how I show up, and how we're maintaining not just consistent 10K months, but 10xing that to consistent 100K months. Because real productivity is about doing the right things consistently. You know, I am someone who likes to train for sprint triathlons or run half marathons here and there. And there are so many parallels between physical fitness and well-being and business, because business requires things being built brick by brick, just like fitness is. And business is something you have to show up to consistently. You can't just work out once and think, okay, now I'm going to be fit for life, right? You can't just build one launch plan or one Google document business plan and then think, I'm going to be in business for life, right? It takes consistency. It takes repetitions. And just like in fitness, if you go to the gym and you do squats wrong every single day and you do them on time, and it's in your calendar and you're super productive at the gym, but you're doing squats wrong, you're only going to hurt yourself by doing it consistently. And the same thing is true with coaches. If you're out there posting to Instagram consistently or hosting webinars consistently, but you're doing it wrong, it's only going to hurt you. So productivity is not about doing more. It's about doing the right things consistently, right? So today's video is not about getting more done just for the sake of being a hustle bro and being productive. It's about getting the right things done so you actually move the needle forward and get those glutes stronger and get your business to consistent 10K months. Not just a fluky, awesome workout launch, okay, I did 6 figures once, but something that you can wake up and do day in and day out without selling your soul or breaking your back. So first, let's talk about the things that you don't want to be doing when you go to the business gym, when you go to get your reps in. You should not be posting daily with no strategy. You should not be nurturing dead leads in your DMs, manually following up. Hey, we had this call 3 months ago. Are you still thinking about hiring me? You should not be planning another launch that you know you're just going to procrastinate on because the tech always gets in your way. And you should not be listening to 3 podcasts daily for motivation. You're just sucking other people's hopium and distracting yourself from your purpose by binging other people's content. You should not be creating 4 offers just so that you can sell none of them. Okay, I'm going to have a masterclass and I'm going to have a membership and I'm going to have VIPs and I'm going to do a retreat in Tulum. Okay, but then who's actually going to buy that? I watch so many coaches create things in their closet or on their yoga mat, like, oh, this amazing new idea came to me of what I'm going to create. And then you have no strategy to actually get people to buy it. So you don't need to be creating more offers. You also do not want to be building funnels or fumbling with tech before you actually know who wants your program and if it's going to sell. And you also do not need to be journaling, I'm a 6-figure coach, and visualizing your success for 3 hours a day, like I did when I was in my siesta girl era. I've made all of these mistakes myself, and it's not your fault if this is where your energy is going, but do go get your notebook because we're going to start to organize where you actually need to be focusing. Because when I did all of these things, I had long sales cycles. I wondered why people wanted to nickel and dime me and negotiate. Okay, I don't want to work with you for a year. I just want to work with you for 3 months. Maybe I don't need that. Or I would have people quitting the program partway through. So maybe I was making 8K per month, but it was super inconsistent and unpredictable. And if a few clients went away or when my referrals dried up, I was left feeling incredibly burnt out. Like none of the strategies worked for me because we can be productive coaches, right? We are like go-getters. We are smart. We know how to use our growth mindset and pull up our grit pants and do the things we're told to do. But for me, after doing that for 7, 8, almost 9 years, I was incredibly burnt out because I felt like none of the strategies actually worked for me because I was busy doing the wrong things. And so I did think I needed a productivity video or to wake up earlier or to change my morning routine. But burnout doesn't come when we're doing too much. Burnout comes when we're doing too many things that do not yield results. Because I know you coaches, I watch you. When you're lit up and when you're on purpose, you have so much to give. It's when you're not on purpose and you're not working with clients and you're spinning your wheels outside of your zone of genius that you get burnt out because you simply haven't gotten results yet. So the cure for any of you who are worried about burning out again, or is this going to take my entire life, is to stop worrying about burnout or productivity and just get clear about your priorities. So all we're going to do today is simplify. And we're going to get this down to 3 things that you need to be doing to actually move the needle forward. So you can stop reacting to whatever happens on sales calls or whatever client quits, random idea you get for an offer, all of that reacting stuff, you can stop and you can start building something brick by brick, just like how our physical muscles work. Your business body needs to be built with strategy because these are actually these same priorities that I had when I started making my first 10K months. And then when I started getting consistent, and then even in my agency, when we were at 20 and 30K months, these are the same things that I was doing. And it's the same stuff that I do at 7 figures. Now, lots of things have changed in my life and business. There are some things that you do at the beginning that won't get you to the next level. But when it comes to productivity and priorities, there really are just 3 things that we, as coaches who want to have a real company and become CEOs, need to do. But what I have learned is that in order to have the lifestyle that all these marketing gurus have sold us, they all have systems and we need them as well. They are not spinning their wheels wondering what are they going to post on Monday. They are not worried about how cute their email subject line is. They're simply creating something in a system. And so we've been sold this lifestyle. If you just do you and follow your inspiration and share your genius, then everything will work out and you will magically attract your people to coach. So the problem, but we already know like that's not working for us. So the problem isn't your energy or your hormones like I thought it was for me. It's not your posts or your webinars or even your offer or your price. Again, it's that you're not doing the needle moving work that CEOs know how to do. And productivity really comes down to an identity, right? If you are someone who works out consistently and you go to the gym and you do those squats and that's just part of your daily routine, just like you make dinner at the evening, that's what you do. Then you don't worry about, am I going to get to the gym today? You know you're going to have dinner every night. You know you're going to get to the gym every morning. It's about identity as well in your business. And if you're still wearing the identity of coach who relies on referrals and who helps people, but you haven't stepped into the identity of CEO, which is someone who runs a business. Here, look, I'll show you. One of our clients, Manu, just shared with me a T-chart where he realized the differences in his identity between being a coach and a CEO. And you'll see coaches don't think about systems, but CEOs do. I was so proud of Manu submitting this as part of our program. We ask people to think about this identity shift because when it comes to getting clients consistently, you can't think like a coach because you're probably watching this video as a coach thinking that productivity is about just getting more done. But it's not about hustling. It's not about time hacks or just getting shit done. It's about strategy, strategy, strategy. And it's about doing what actually grows your business. So if you're a coach looking to become a CEO, then the only thing you need to be doing is client acquisition. Before you're at 20K per month, nothing else matters. So to get to 10K consistently, it's not your program. It is not your website or cute Canva branding. It is not your money mindset. It is not your business plan. To maintain consistent 10K months, you just need to be doing these 3 simple things. And you already know this, okay? Number 1, you need to connect. You need to get people to know you. Number 2, you need to engage and educate those people, get people to like you. And then you need to make an offer, get people to trust you. Have a way that people can trust you and say, yes, I choose you. I want to work with you as my coach. Connect, educate, engage, and offer. CEO. It's going to be helpful as you step into this identity of as a CEO, knowing those is also an acronym for the 3 things you need to be doing. And you should have a reliable, repeatable way of doing these things Monday through Friday, every day. That doesn't require paying PR to get you eyeballs. That doesn't mean taking a month to put some launch together or promote your free value. This definitely doesn't mean waiting on a launch in Q5, the day that never comes. And this is definitely not waiting for a sign from the universe on how to do all of this yourself magically. And when I started sticking to just CEO, I'm able to leave Instagram whenever I want. So when my business partner heard me bringing up Instagram, knowing there's no system there, I literally call it my art. That's how little I use it for business. It's my art. He was like, okay, take a break from there because that's taking up way too much mental real estate. And until we have a system for that and we need it or we want it, then quit going there. I need that CEO mental real estate back. And then, of course, when you're focused on the right things, you can hit 10K months consistently. When I was locked into the CEO system, we hit 57K in 15 days last year, and then 76K in 16 days, and now consistent 100K months. And of course, I still need reminders from my business partner to remember CEO. That is why I'm recording this video for you, so you can come back when you're feeling busy or like there's tons of things spiraling, or maybe I should go back on Instagram. You can remember what actually moves the needle forward and what is a true, real business. You need a real business, not just a playground on Instagram where you put out your art and you hope people buy it. And I have now delegated the majority of what I'm going to talk you through to AI and systems so that I can work less than 30 hours per week while still having 50 clients. And I can go off grid. My husband and I are leaving after I shoot this video to go somewhere in Colombia that doesn't have Wi-Fi but does have a beach. And I can set it and forget it. So when I come back on Monday, I'm going to see new clients and I'm going to see content and I'm going to see all the things that help this system hum. So here is my productivity routine as a CEO. Number 1, connect. Get people to know you. And visibility is not a vibe. It's a process, okay? So today we are so lucky that we can automate our lead flow with AI and connections. I mean, when I first started out, I did have to go hand select people that I wanted to talk to and ask people to come to my events. But now there's so much AI that helps us send invitations without me lifting a finger. So what used to take me manual clicks and 10 hours per week is now done for me. I don't even have the LinkedIn app. I don't even know my LinkedIn password because I have created systems and we use AI to go out and make LinkedIn connections, for example, while I'm off the grid. And so on LinkedIn alone, our clients get 700 to 900 new targeted connections per week with a 75% reply rate. So this means they have hundreds, if not thousands, of interested audience members every single week. Where else can you do that for free? Just using AI, right? You can't even do that with ads. That's going to cost you like $2,000 in ads. And again, you could go do it manually, or you could try to get people in a room. But like if you had 900 people in a room, it would probably take you 2 years to fill it. So we use simplicity. And so 1,000 new audience members, eyeballs, people who could be interested in you or might be needing a coach without lifting a finger. That's connecting. That is automated. I spent a few months building it, creating some evergreen videos so that my message and my face can go out while I'm not on the computer. Okay, number 2. So now you have interested eyeballs. Now this is really simple. You have to get them to like you. And we don't want to blend in. Taking everyone else's marketing strategy is making you look like everyone else. So we don't need another quiz or webinar from you. We need your true value. So we center all of our messaging around results. This isn't about value posts or inspiration or even your personal story of transformation or great images of you speaking on some stage or you having all these awards behind you. It's about showing people that you have the go-to solution for their problem. So you have to position yourself as the solution, not as a coffee chat bestie, not as a can I pick your brain, not would you be interested in my freebie. All of that is smoke and mirrors and band-aids. It's like giving sugar to diabetics. It's not what they need. All of that Canva posting stuff that you've been doing to try to educate people on your value. And they definitely don't need to wait 2 weeks to come to your webinar and go through 17 million clicks to then join your email list and find the Zoom link. And are they even going to show up? You don't want to be pushing them down that coffee chat bestie route. So our clients use simple evergreen scripts that convert 3 to 10 high ticket clients month after month. Just like me, they record these videos once and they run for them for months, if not years into the future, so they can be doing other things. Not always picking up the same marketing hullabaloo week after week, but advancing what they are doing with their precious time. So once you nail your messaging once, you're done. Don't mess it up. Don't do the Hannah classic entrepreneur thing that's like, okay, everything's working. What else can I do? Or what should I change? Or should I go to Instagram? Once you nail your messaging once, it's done. You don't have to wake up and think about this every day. So again, I not only recorded some messaging for our Connect section, but also for this section. I recorded a 50-minute Loom 12 months ago, and it's made us over 800K from LinkedIn alone. Not because of the video, but because we nailed the messaging and I'm able to get it to them without waiting for a webinar, without going to my email list, without having a coffee chat on our calendars. So it does the selling, and even event hosting or quiz, like it does that same nurturing and educating without all of the headaches. So no Canva PDFs, no free coffee chats, just educating people who could be ideal clients. So that the third step, making an offer, just getting people to trust you. So you don't need 10 discovery calls per week. You don't need more coffee chats. You don't need to sell your soul on sales calls. You really just need 3 high quality conversations with pre-qualified people. That's about where I'm at. I'm taking 1 to 3 conversations per week, and I'm enrolling 1 to 3 people per week. Of course, I have team and systems at the 7-figure level. I've been able to delegate some of these things. But the videos that I mentioned in part C and E, again, do the selling for us. So by the time people are talking to me or my team, it's really just the question of, do you want to do this now or not? They're already sold. So now I just want you to imagine, if you already had volume and visibility and new people coming into your world set, and you had an evergreen sales asset that gave people your value, like our manifesto does, and then you just had to show up to people who asked, how does this work? When can we get started? What else could you be doing with your precious time? Right? This is where structure affords freedom. And productivity is really about building the systems, like setting it and forget it. Just like when my alarm goes off, I know I'm going into my morning routine, or I know I'm going to the gym. In your business, you should just know I'm responding to people and booking 3 conversations a week, not the abyss of things that you could be doing in the sake of productivity. Because now that I know people are coming in, they're getting educated, I'm making offers, it's a rinse and repeat. I'm done in the gym in 45 minutes, just like I'm done with marketing in 45 minutes a day. This should not be taking up all of our mental real estate, all of our energy, and even all of our $20,000 investments to go get some other podcast shiny object, or learn how to host webinars, or follow someone's algorithm ad hack thing. The real hack here is sticking to CEO. And I told you, even I have problems with this because I'm just like you. My brain flies in a million directions. I get inspired and I want to go change the world yesterday. But then when I come back to what's actually working, what's actually moving the needle forward, it's enrolling people into the program and giving them the full solution while also, getting me and my team paid. Like, this all gets to go together. It doesn't need to be dramatic. One of my new forehead tattoos, things that I say all of the time, is all data, no drama. And again, I would never think that I'm a systems girl except for how much I've seen it save me. And let my brain go to other things, like where would my husband and I like to travel next? And how can I improve my program? And how do we get clients' results even faster? And how do we create the best coaching community for coaches? Those are much better CEO questions and mental real estate use than what am I going to post today? So remember, you got to be creating systems to actually move the needle forward and not go down the energy leak route every single day. I used to do that thing on Instagram every single day. Now it takes like 3 months for me to be like, I'm distracted by this shiny object. Because when you do have systems, you can start to notice more clearly what is an energy leak versus what is a needle mover. And so when I was worried about Instagram again, or I was wondering if we needed more testimonials, that was another thing that like came up a few weeks ago. And it was like, back to the system, right? Our brains want to run in a million directions, but if we have something to point it to, we stay on purpose. We stay in the system. And this is also how we avoid that classic entrepreneurial trap where we self-sabotage constantly. I see this with our clients all the time. Hey, I found something that works. One of our clients, Angela, had 45 calls booked and it was her best month ever. And then she comes to us and she's like, okay, I think I'm going to change some things. And we're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's look at the data. Let's look at the system. You are booking 45 conversations. You have more clients than ever. Why would we change something now? And it's just because our brains get bored. And that's a beautiful thing to be as a CEO. Because when you have data and not drama, you can be on purpose. So instead of sending Angela back down the messaging rabbit hole and saying, okay, let's tweak your messaging and come up with some new way to get people engaged, instead we said, Angela, how can you be improving your program? How can you be adding more to your client experience? Because that is where CEO energy and your coaching zone of genius should live, not on the marketing hamster wheel your whole life. So avoid the classic entrepreneurial trap that's like, oh, yay, this is working. How do I break it? And instead create process goals that become your identity. Just like you might work out regularly or move your body or do certain things, you need to set up those same systems for your business and you put them in your calendar as process goals. I used to have things in my calendar like exponential growth activities. Literally, a mentor told me to do that. Put on your Fridays exponential growth activities. So I'd come in on Fridays and I would be like twiddling my thumbs and thinking about a book chapter I could write, like thinking about who I could reach out to, thinking about if I should write a handwritten note to every client, like far from exponential growth ideas. So instead, you don't need to make an Instagram reel or think about business development. These are the things that need to go on your calendar. Number 1, connect. The C. So maybe you go in and you're still at the phase where you have to manually send those connection requests. For me, I just monitor our technology, and that's a 5-minute time block on Mondays for me. Then engage and educate. Now, this was a time block for me a year ago when I had to be shooting that video, but now I also check the data and I see, are people watching the video? Who needs to be followed up with? So following up with 10 leads. And I don't just mean chasing down people who you had a sales call with 6 months ago who you want to convert. I mean, these new people, always fresh energy, this compound effect. Every week should be new energy, new eyeballs, because you're connecting. So you make sure that you're following up with people who saw your educational evergreen sales asset. The third thing that could be on your calendar would be recording some of these assets, right? So again, a year ago on my calendar, I was recording messaging videos. I was recording my manifesto. Now I just monitor it. And I literally have 5-minute time blocks throughout the week. Mondays when I check on connections, Wednesdays when I check on client success, Fridays when I check on sales and engagement, follow-ups like this. So block it, do it, repeat it. Just like you brush your teeth for 5 minutes Monday morning, start clicking connections. I want this to be as simple as possible for you because you do not have a productivity problem. You don't have a marketing problem even. All you're lacking are the systems. And it can be this simple to cut through the noise and just stick to something that works. Yes, it's boring and mundane, but we would rather have data than drama. Because what happens after you've built this base of abundance, I alluded to you a few times, think about where your mind can go, right? For Angela, this meant thinking about how to make her program better. One of our other clients, Caitlin, she texted me like the first week in the program and she was like, you told me, Hannah, that it's going to take time to build these systems, but actually this is saving me so much time because I used to spend 40 minutes a day trying to think about what inspirational posts to make in Canva. And now that you're not doing that and you're simply running a system, Caitlin's mind, she actually had a day off and she enrolled 2 new clients and before 6 p.m. So Caitlin wasn't at home stressing about where these clients are coming. She was actually spending time with her 2-year-old son. And this is where you get to choose where your mental real estate goes. Angela, she's so committed to her program right now. Caitlin is taking days off to be with her son. Me, I'm traveling the world with my husband. I'm just saying this because you should not be watching these marketing and productivity and sales hack videos your whole life, coach. You should be building them once and then letting them work for you and expanding from this base of abundance. So with our clients, I call the CEO system for client acquisition their base of abundance. Because once you have this built, and it takes 3 to 6 months to test it enough to know it's unshakable, you have a base of abundance that kind of feels illegal sometimes because it prints you money and it brings you clients on demand. But then you get to jump off from that. Just like it takes a little bit of time to build your home base, right? You have to lay the concrete, get the messaging right. You have to build the 2x4s, get that evergreen educational sales asset ready for people to come and check out. Then you have to, open the door and decorate and have some offer that people are actually incentivized to come in and enjoy. But you're not building your house every single year wondering, should we add a podcast leg to the house? And should we add a shiny object? Once you have your house, you get to enjoy it and you get to host parties and then go do the retreats and then go buy your yoga center in Costa Rica. I keep saying Tulum today. I must be missing my home in Mexico. I don't live in Tulum, but I know a lot of you love Tulum. These are the beautiful things that we can do and enjoy from the base of abundance. Systems get us there. Productivity, you don't need to do more. You just need to do the right things. Connect, educate and engage, and offer. Go see the full video walkthrough that's linked below so you can see exactly how to implement this for yourself. It is 50 minutes. It is designed to sell you something, and it is going to show you exactly how to implement and leverage these same systems for you personally in 2025, because it can be this simple to build it once and let it run for you and not be wondering, how do you get 5 more minutes a day? I want you to be thinking about way bigger potential and things you can be doing with your precious time, energy, and genius than just trying to get more done or hack the algorithm. Let's get to work. Become CEOs. Watch the link below so you can implement yourself. Cheers to growth.